Evil Squid Comics Podcast. We are part of the Collector's Maze Network.
Don.
Scott.
Andrew. All right, cool.
I'm gonna wing
Space Opera Xanadax by Tom Scioli.
Across the Unknown Dimensions of the Galaxy.
Nice.
It's the longest title ever.
It is pretty long. Every time I see Xanadax, I want to say Xanadu. Is Olivia Newton-John in there?
I know, that's what I wanted.
No.
No, but Princess Leia.
Oh, that's true. There's little Princess Leia there.
And Wolverine.
There is a lot of Wolverine. Princess Leia, though?
The last story, it's very Star Wars.
Oh, okay,
It's
yes.
very...
But that's not...
Especially with the dude with the big
true,
hat
but that's
on.
not Space Opera Xanadax.
No.
Yeah, that's like an extra
That's
story.
an extra story.
Okay, but I said she's
Come on,
in
keep
it.
on
She's in
task.
the book too.
Oh, okay.
This was a quick read.
It was a very quick read.
What? This took me like days.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
You probably were staring at the cool pictures.
It was staring at a lot of cool stuff. No,
It's almost-
actually, it probably took me an hour. But yes, there is a lot of cool pictures to look at.
It's mostly action, right? It's
It is
basically
a-
just that guy fighting around.
Most.
Well, you got that one, and then you got the thieves, or
Oh, yeah.
whatever, the pirates type people.
So it's kind of like two stories going on.
Is that pirate lady? Is she from something else? Like I feel like I've read something else that Scioli had that in it, but
Maybe he's just using similar design.
because at first I was
stuff.
like, have I read this? And then I'm like, no, I haven't.
No, it's brand new. It'd be hard to read it. I had read that Princess story on Instagram, I think, though.
Had you?
Yeah. I love, like, the Wolverine claws, but he's got 4 claws.
Yes.
Because, you know, 3 claws, not so great.
And
4
he has
claws,
the
amazing.
funky stuff coming out of the back of the hand.
True. But he does seem to have a cool-ass healing power, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's just healing from all sorts of wounds and things.
Well, he's like mostly cyborg.
Mostly
Partly
cyborg.
cyborg. Mostly
Partly.
cyborg.
Partly, mostly.
Mostly, some.
Something
So
there.
someone give me the story, because it seems like we're not really
We're
talking
not
about
doing
this.
anything except talking about how cool it is.
It is
How
pretty
cool
cool.
the art is.
So,
There's not much of a story, is there? Like,
there's
there's like a
not-
guy
yeah, no.
and his brother's like taking over the world, and he's fighting his brother.
Well, there's definitely
Yeah.
something that's going
see,
on
it's
between...
like 4-3-2. I don't know what he does with the stuff behind the hand. Like, he could stab people with that. Like,
I think it's more
slice
of a
them
blocking.
and then stab them.
I think it's more for blocking like that.
Yeah, it's like a
Who knows?
guard on your sword.
That's
What do they call
right.
that? Cross guard?
Cross guard. There you go.
It's interesting though because it goes 4-3.
But I'm not sure how the two brothers seem like they were somewhere like in a higher class of things, like maybe princes or something like this.
Yeah, I get that sense.
Get the gist. Although when it ends, I'm kind of wondering how high up they really were. But anyway, one of them gets kicked down to these lower levels and is like in the mines of Mora or whatever the hell, and gets cyborg implants while the other one's working his way up in the upper class of society. And for something has happened where they're like met each other and there's like a revolution going on or something like this where brother is against brother. Then you have, what is it? You've got the two thieves.
There's 2 pirate thieves like
that are
people.
trying
Space
to get
pirates,
this,
Scott.
space pirates that are trying to get some type of jewel of the Nile to take to somebody, and bounty, get a bounty. And then you have this big gorilla-looking thing as well.
Where's he come from?
And he's kind of like just wants to beat the tar out of things. And in its own way, all these stories kind of end up overlapping a little bit.
Yeah, that big guy, he kind of reminds me of Blastar from Marvel.
Yeah.
I kind of get that.
But there's a lot of fighting all throughout. And,
He gets they trap him in like a gym, almost like Phantom Zone style.
That is true.
And kick him out into space.
In that big old jewel.
In that big jewel looking, and he's like floating out. He comes across the pirate, right?
I think so. It all sounds about right.
Yeah.
This book is just insane, just crazy action. Don't think too hard.
Oh,
None of
absolutely.
it makes a lot of sense, but it's got some really cool, like, slicing and dicing and shooting and blowing up and fighting.
But it also like bookends with these like
celestial beings.
yeah,
or
like
something.
celestial beings that are like watching this all happen or something. Like
Yeah.
they're betting on it, like it's a game or something. I don't
Yeah.
know, because they're at the very beginning and then they're at the very end of the story.
I like how Scioli takes, like, all this stuff that obviously influenced him, and he distills it down to, like, its bare minimum essence, and then he just draws the crap out of it and makes it, like...
I would agree. I mean, you can definitely tell there's a lot of little nods to all sorts of either science fiction or even superhero realms of things in there, but yet still manages to do something that still feels his own.
Oh yeah, like I mean, it's so unique, but yet he so wears his influences on his sleeve. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
exactly.
But yet it still feels very idiosyncratic in him.
Wow, that's a big word. Cool.
I'm gonna hit you with another big word.
Uh
I believe it's right.
Uh-oh.
Palindrome?
Palindrome.
Is that where it's the word spelled the same forward as backwards?
Maybe.
I believe
There's
that's
several
correct.
of these in here. There's like a planet. There's two, which struck me as odd. There's one towards the beginning, and then there's like another one of the planet. And then he talks about there's like this guy, the dark side or the Blastar guy. His name is Vokonoko.
Okay.
There's like another city or whatever. I think they talk about that. Then there's like another thing. It's almost, but not quite. Like I don't know. Like maybe he meant it to, and then it's like very, very close. It's off by like. The other thing that I really liked about it is the color. So the present is red, right? And then the backstory of him in the mines, like that's all blue.
Oh yes, yes.
So,
I did notice that as well, which gives you a sense of
what's happening when.
When, yes.
Yeah, which that was really.
I was just gonna say I really like the limited color palette he's using.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like it's
kind
of like it's not two-tone really, but it's maybe maybe 3 or 4 colors.
Yeah,
and he kind of really leans into that and really like a lot of splash pages.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like this a lot. It's probably not for everybody.
And then the bonus
princess
is the princess.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long ago he did that. He said he worked on it for a while and it took him forever. Was that one or this one?
I think it was like COVID time because I remember him doing it and it was like on Instagram. I'm not.
But anyway, that one was very cool. It was very Star Wars influenced.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some Star Wars influences in there.
I mean,
I feel like there's
this is very much like the Millennium, like the spacecraft that she gets into is very much Millennium Falconish. With
You're back on that back thing again.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Star
about
Wars.
now. The
He
princess,
said the princess
thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And then she's out there with the mask, with the
keep up
blaster.
there.
I don't know. I just got.
To be quite honest, I barely even read that. I just kind of flicked through it and
to be quite honest, there wasn't much to read.
to check it
It's
out. I mean,
it's very cool.
That is true. It was very quick.
But also too, like she lands. She's in a spaceship and she lands on like a weird planet, which is our Earth.
Yeah.
And so she's like, sees like rock people in a van and she hangs out with them, but she speaks a weird language because nobody understands.
Yeah, she has a cool staff.
Yes, which is kind of like
but not really.
And then this guy's kind of like Darth, but sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a cool backup story.
There is.
Don really liked it.
Don appears to have liked the backup story better
almost
than
more than the main
yeah,
story.
I know.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Cool.
too.
Anyway,
Yeah, I loved it more than anything.
Space Opera Xanadax.
Across the Unknown Dimensions of the Galaxy
Exactly, by Tom Shear.
by Tom Scioli.